Another day of training for Altaf Virani, preparing for this weekend's Enbridge ride to conquer cancer. He's a silver ambassador, having raised over $10,000 since his last ride in 2014.
I was training for the ride, and every time I turned left, I saw double. As a guy, you'd think, it's going to go away, don't worry about it. I told my wife, she goes, just go check it out. I go, yeah, I'll do it later. Did the ride, felt good, just be careful when you turn left. And then a couple weeks later, it went full bloom. I would turn right, double, look straight, double, and then I dropped 30 pounds in 3 weeks. That's when I noticed, okay, there's a real problem here.
Altaf was diagnosed with Graves', a disease that affects the thyroid. One of the many symptoms is inflammation behind the eyes.
I had Graves' disease in the left eye, then Graves' disease kicked in the right eye with excessive force. I was like 90% blind in the right eye. I was, I think, minutes away from surgery. And then they took a wild chance. My surgeon goes, just go to Princess Margaret right now or tomorrow, whenever you're getting in. And they did radiation therapy on me. I had 10 days straight of radiation therapy. I'd drive down to the hospital. Takes an hour to get there, do 10 minutes of treatment, hop back in the car, go back to work. And it saved my life, absolutely saved my life.
Things started looking better with regular checkups to manage the Graves', but Altaf wasn't prepared for what was about to come next.
It was like I got hit by a huge boulder. I got the call with my kid in the car. My family doctor called me, and having someone tell you got cancer, I can only say it was very unnerving. I didn't know what to think. My kid heard it. I didn't know how to tell him. I had no idea how to walk in that house that day and tell my wife. And it was just a whirlwind of emotions.
Aside from the complications of dealing with thyroid cancer, the process became difficult between Altaf and his wife Rishma.
She had a tough time handling it because she's lost family from cancer. So she had a tough time processing it. She wasn't sure how to help me. I wasn't sure how to accept her help. I wasn't sure if I even wanted her help, right? Because I didn't even know what I was going through half the time, right? I was on so much medication and, follow-up appointments, and I didn't want anyone to come with me to these appointments. I wanted to go on my own because it gave me that sense of independence. But it was challenging because I didn't know how to talk to her about it. She didn't know how to ask me how I was feeling. So, I'll tell you, it definitely affected our relationship, but I think it's made us a lot stronger.
The Ugandan native had a heart-to-heart with himself, figuring out how he plans to tackle his new challenge.
I came up with the decision. I've got two choices. I can put one foot forward and push through this. Whether I make it or not, at least I push through it. At least I've shown my kids, you don't back down. Showed my wife, you got to fight. Or I can just sit and take pity. I didn't want the pity.
Going on his new journey of recovery, Altaf says he not only improved physically, but spiritually as well.
All of this, for me, has been a blessing. I used to live a life of always want, chasing what I never had. Could never appreciate what I did have. It almost cost me my family. This, honestly, I like to say I had to go blind to see, because it realized I have everything I want right here. Life is so precious. You got to accept it. You got to accept what you have.
Altaf hopes other people fighting a disease can learn from his journey to focus on the process rather than the result.
They got two choices. They can give up or they can fight. And I really hope that they choose to fight. It feels awesome. It's very empowering to know that, no matter what's thrown your way, you can definitely overcome it. You got to find a plan, right? And even though that plan may not work out at the end, but as long as you execute it as the best you can, I think just the journey itself is empowering. It's not really about the end result anymore. It's about the journey, and this journey's been great.
Reporting from Milton for Halton Insider, I'm Hayden Orion.